What the fuck is that? Whatever we want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the E4 Explicit podcast. I'm Corey, and once again, we have my man for a fourth time, Rocco Casazza. What's good?
What's up, man?
It's kind of hard to like shake and shit with the mic and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know you got the new.
I know we got the new jumps.
Equipment.
We got
Okay,
the
so you
better
got the screens on there.
Yeah, the little pop filter. We had the little muffled
I
joints.
feel like Whitney Houston on.
I know. Hitting this joint like. Nah, but yeah, we had to upgrade a little bit. We'll get some new mics in the coming months, but these mics are tight. They do the job. So I think today we're gonna take a little break, maybe, of the
serious,
the serious stuff and
apocalyptic,
and the miserable talk. But we're gonna talk about sports, and we're gonna talk about.
You gave me a little heads up, so
Yeah, the Caps.
You
We got
said you wanted to talk about some sports
the
related
pack
things
and the Caps, but now we're gonna talk about like our fondest memories, because a lot of our sports memories are actually together. We've experienced a lot of sports memories, and we've been lucky enough to experience things that not that people haven't experienced, but like some rarities,
some historic things.
Yeah, some really fucking cool things in the sports world.
Yeah.
So I guess let's kick it off with let's talk about hockey first.
All right.
Let's talk about the Caps, and let's talk about our experience, and not even just the Caps. I mean, you got the Flyers, the Penguins. You got some major games and experiences that we've had together. I know, fuck them.
No, you're saying together.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean. It's just you can't talk about the Caps without talking about
absolutely those experiences.
Yeah, no. So kind of don't take me down like a fucking journey memory road.
No,
here,
I got you.
But like, just give me like a synopsis of your Caps experience.
Shoot. Watched them since I was a baby in a walker, bang on the TV. Lived next door to a Caps player.
Who?
His name was Bob Joyce. He was kind of like a fourth liner, like, but he was cool with our family. So, I would go to games, USA Arena. Still remember like stale popcorn smell. Still remember like cheap, painted graphics on like the side of the snack bars that that's like from the 80s and stuff. So, just like concrete steps on the Pringle building, and my dad telling me like every time I, even when I was like up to 12, like every time I go and see the ice, my shit would light up, So I've been going since I've been like a baby. Like, he's been taking me, and some funny shit. And then luckily, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't probably seen any of the cool shit I have sports wise. But and then obviously getting to know you've become a hockey diehard, and in a way, it kind of started from my pops.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk about you've when in '98 when Fedorov and the Red Wings destroyed us.
Oh, and they kicked their ass.
But you were lucky enough to touch.
Oh yeah.
And experience actually the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that was a
while
wild
it was
day.
in the district.
That was a wild day. Yeah, at a Union Station. My dad woke me up. It was like a Saturday. He woke me up at like 5:30, 6, and I was just like, what is this man doing? And he said, hey, we're going to go to D.C., yada, yada, yada. So he takes me there, and then they had all the trophies, the Vezina, like every single one, the Campbell Cup, the Conn Smythe, all of them. And then, of course, the Holy Grail is the Stanley Cup, like, the best trophy in the history of mankind. You know what I'm saying? So that was a thrill, man. They had me on, like, the NHL Cool Shot show that was on ESPN2 at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go, Caps. Yeah. It made me say, like, so, I mean, it was cool. We got our ass kicked, but to see a team win a championship, in live, that's a pretty cool experience regardless, because that's the culmination of the very best, doing the very best, winning the top prize. So even seeing that, it was a pretty cool experience, but they dogged us.
Yeah, but Detroit back then, I mean,
oh my gosh, best passing team ever.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And so, like, it's funny because Sergei eventually full circle came to us. And it's funny because I'm going to jump to one of my favorite Caps moments.
Oh yeah, I know where you're going.
Was Game 7 against the New York Rangers, and it was tied.
It was 1-1, right?
It was 1-1, and it was a series. And Fedorov, who destroyed us in 1998 to win the Stanley Cup with the Red Wings, now played for us. And
we needed to get out of that first round too, because that was before we kind of had success not really real success. But
that was on the cuff.
Getting out of the first round. Even back then.
Even then, we were always first rounder, not in. Yeah. So, and we were and I'll never forget it. I was on the opposite side of the ice, and Fedorov coming down the right side and just stops on a dime, and then top shelf on Lundqvist, which is basically the only way to score on lead anyways.
Short side under the bar.
And it was...
That place was so loud.
Talk about and you just... And a lot of people like say hockey's boring and say this and that, but if you... Playoffs is one thing, but if you have never been physically to a game
in the playoffs,
not even the playoffs in general, and just been to a hockey game, you
it's
can't
amazing.
say. And it is Listen, we've been all kinds of sports. There's nothing like a hockey game, and then when you take it to the next level and go to a playoff game, there's absolutely nothing in the sports world that can matches that. Yeah, not even close.
The cool thing, like first time you ever went to live hockey, I think what made you love it more than even like some other people is that we were, we got like preseason tickets, so we were right like behind the glass. We were like 5 rows up.
Yeah.
So you got to see like the intimacy of how fast these dudes are, how skilled they are.
It's incredible.
The force that happens with the way that these dudes are moving. So. Yeah, just like when my dad, moved my mom up here and she fell in love with going to live hockey first game. Like, that's pretty much everybody says.
Yeah.
And, like, you weren't exempt from that because I was like, oh, yeah, let's go here, got these free preseason tickets or, it's fun.
Shout out to Cameron White.
Yeah, Cameron White gave us the free tickets. He's like, yeah, my dad got these. And they were really awesome seats. So we got to sit, like, right 5 rows behind and you got to really see what it was all about. And ever since then, man, you just got hooked. So, I mean, it's just speaks to, I've always been most passionate about hockey.
I think you're kind of not an anomaly, but like as an adult, it's different, or a 20-plus-year-old person, because I know, like, so I've been to games. I don't remember. I didn't probably care. I didn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh my God, like you as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like a big deal, right? Yeah. Like I've been to Redskins games back in the day when they actually mattered, and like, I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think you can appreciate it way more when you are down there and you can see it, you can smell it, you can it's cold, you feel the ice, like it's a different feeling, and that like actually started like us bringing other people to love the game.
I know,
and it became like a cult, and like it just like it's embedded now in our past.
I love
like,
that though.
A group of people going down, taking the Metro Shady Grove Red Line, going to Metro
Chipotle,
Center, Gallery Place, hitting Chipotle, getting
game.
the free college burritos, sitting outside on the ground, eating the burritos, and then going inside, sitting up in the nosebleeds, but didn't care because we were with our friends.
Can't do that anymore because
we're good.
We're so successful.
Yeah, because we're good. You can't do that anymore, which is good. I'd rather be good and have a cup than be fucking struggling.
I've always taken pride in being able to show people like, look how great this is. Like, look, this is great, right?
Just watch.
This is great, right? Yeah. Watch it. Just being annoying about it, but then people just, you can't help but love like just the in sync nature of just being physical, skilled. I could talk about hockey all day, but as far as like live sports experiences, like my dad would always say, oh man, you should see your eyes whenever like I would walk out there, and that's back then when they had the Bronze Eagle, and my shit would light up, and it was just something that I had a profound impact, and still has this. I'm a jaded old guy now, but still love being able to just have that experience too, like a kid or whatever. But we've seen some cool shit together.
Fuck yeah, we've seen some cool shit. I mean, the fact that it's unfortunate that I lived in. It was so odd because I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. I lived in New York for a couple of years and moved to Charlotte, so I've been away from DC. And I always made it apparent to go Caps games and try to go as many as I could. But in Charlotte, it's a little hard. I mean, they have the Hurricanes. Fuck you, Hurricanes, because this year. But it was weird. I had some clients and some videos I was shooting up in DC during our playoff run, during the finals, and I was lucky enough to be home in DC when we were. When we went to the outside the stadium, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like like the stars aligned and still allowed me to be a part of that experience.
Oh yeah,
that I thought I was gonna miss out because I was like, I don't even live there anymore. Like, we're gonna win the cup, I'm not gonna be there. Like,
oh, I know.
Blah 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 blah. I mean, me and Crane had tickets to Post Malone in Atlanta the day that we had the parade, so we sold our tickets to because I'm lucky enough to have someone that I'm like, hey, you know, the Caps parade, the Stanley Cup parade is this day. We have these tickets to the game. What do you want to do? And it was no question. What do you mean, what do I want to do? I want to go to the fucking parade.
No questions, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we came up to D.C. and that described, because we shot some crazy videos and we popping. Think about it. Close your eyes. Popping champagne, singing "We Are the Champions" in the National Mall with the Capitol building as your backdrop with the entire Capitals team.
Yeah.
Talk about a fucking experience.
Absolutely. That's crazy. I mean, we didn't accomplish anything, you know, in playing in hockey in that sense. But yeah, being able to experience that was just, like you said, man, like the gravity. We're at the National Mall.
Yeah.
It's the Capitol building. This is the squad. You know, we've sucked. We got the best goal scored in the history of hockey sitting right here, drunk. Other dudes drunk. We got champagne right in between the Smithsonian.
No one cared.
Worldwide places, and you're just popping bottles because of a hockey team. Like that's like some dream shit, especially as a nerdy sports fan.
Yeah,
Big
the city
Caps
came
fan.
together.
It was all that was amazing. I'm not definitely, man.
And then the experience in the streets.
Shout out to you and Corinne for making that a great
coming
day.
up.
That shit was cool, man.
That was amazing.
I'm glad I got to experience that with y'all.
Yeah, that was incredible. And then the fact that like before we won the cup in the streets, I mean, just being in a street where cars would normally be zooming past you, and you're watching your team playing in Las Vegas on a jumbotron, and when they score a goal, an entire city erupts in the streets. Like, dude, it gives me fucking chills even talking about it. Like, that was a whole nubba level. Like, it was incredible, bro. And like, so I don't know, just fucking Caps are awesome. And I personally, like, recently when we went to the you weren't able to make it, but we went to the last game, the last playoff series.
Yeah.
Last year.
I went to the worst game.
Yeah, you went to the game we lost. I went to game one. And I took Nick, who is a Penguins fan, which I think he's kind of low key.
He's a contrarian.
He's a contrarian,
but he's a little '90s kid. He's like, I remember the
I had the starter fucking
Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah, Jagr. But like, he's low key likes the Caps. You know, he likes the Caps. So we went to the game. It was his first playoff game. We won.
Same thing. Yeah,
and it was fucking incredible. And after the game, we hijacked the Comcast Sportsnet. Panel thing. Shout out to Rob Carlin and Alan May and Brett Johnson.
I know, man. I wish I would have met y'all, man.
That was fucking awesome. So Rob Carlin, you definitely got to come on. I hit you up. You said you would, so you got to.
Let's talk.
You got to fucking. We'll talk shop. But anyway, so give me your number one hockey experience.
Number one hockey experience. Shit. Probably Ovechkin's first game. I went to that.
2 goals and he broke the glass.
Well, the genesis of all my great sports memories live all come from my dad. I mean, I've done shit on my own and stuff, but as far as everything that I'm looking back that's legendary, whether I saw Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, all these people play live was because of him. But anyway, Ovechkin, being such a big hockey fan, I already knew about Ovechkin. I knew about him in Moscow. Dynamo, I was following him. I'm like, I heard this dude's like the Russian Mario Lemieux, blah, blah, blah. Killed it in preseason. I knew what time it was, but that was right after the lockout happened.
Yeah.
So no one gave a shit about hockey,
yep.
NHL.
They had 3 or 4 sucked.
Yeah, so like I told my dad, I'm like, look, man, this guy's going to be like the star that we'll ever have on this franchise. So, he knew about it. He was hip. Took me the first game. We were really sitting really low, because, again, there wasn't tons of people there.
Yeah.
They were, people were done with the NHL. They shunned them for a year. So on the ice, it basically painted, thank you, fans. Thanks for coming back and saving us.
Thanks for,
and having our business. But anyway, so we got to sit low. And then first shift, dude comes out, explodes like a rocket. Blast, dude, breaks the partition like on the glass. First fucking shift ever. Just shows you like physicality, speed.
He's here. Yep.
And then I think it was the second period, just bang, bang, 2 goals, just over, high slot, just banged them. And I'm just looking at it. And then he did like the one knee drop down. And like, I can still see that in my mind. I'm like, you could just tell you're like special. And I was like, told you, Pops, like this motherfucker, he's no joke. And so I think just because like what came to pass, like I think that's probably one of my favorite moments, especially because like I said, the sight lines I had, we were right down there.
And like what he's done.
Yeah.
That kind of like was like the okay, he did this. Imagine what this man's gonna do.
Well, it's like the attitude of gratitude, right? So, like, you know, gratitude for my dad for making me be able to experience all these things. Also, you know, and we're both the same way. The gratitude of having the fucking best pure goal scorer in the history of hockey in the building. That's, you know, basically like your spot. You know, and you know, you DC native, having that to be within, you know, something that you can experience, man. You gotta appreciate it, like all those things in the now, you know.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
In life in general.
Yeah,
but even, you know, for sports and stuff too, like you gotta appreciate that. You got the best of something in the world right here. That, you know, like you just look on it and you're like, all right, cool, man. That was a definitely great circumstance of fortune or whatever.
No, that was like, and then knowing that, like, it's so funny because it's so weird that, like, so you were there for his first goal. We both have been at monument, like at his 200th, at his 300th, 400th,
first playoff
and 500th, first playoff goal. It's so funny how we've literally been in the building live as fans.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
To experience these.
Ovechkin.
Like, yeah, go. What's good, Ov?
What's up, Ov? We've been around.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Let me get like a stick or something. My other stick broke. I couldn't use his curve on the ice.
Bro, it's insane.
You can't. Like, it's so huge.
It's insane.
Like, you throw everything. Like, I couldn't use it.
Yeah, he's an anomaly, and he's like, we're so glad to have him. Like, he's a fucking tank, bro. Like, in sports in general, it's very rare that you have someone last as long as he is going, like, doing the damage he does to people.
Yeah, that's why we got to go check out like multiple games this season, like while he's still close to peak.
Of course,
OV,
no, yeah,
whatever.
I think he's still.
But yeah, I mean, so hockey definitely a lot of good memories. Like I said, like we saw his first playoff goal where he stripped dude, ended up being the game winner. Stripped him in the, you know, his own zone, roofed it, threw under the bar. Shit, place went crazy.
Yeah, that was incredible.
But I mean, we, you know, football games. I mean,
oh my God,
been to a lot of good football games. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I, you know, saying. My dad took me to see Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan. Like I've seen Aaron Rodgers. I've seen
Brett Favre.
I've seen the greatest. You know, obviously the greatest safeties: Ed Reed. You know, St.
Sean Taylor. Yeah.
You know, Ray Lewis. I've gotten to see like some really
historical figures.
Yeah. So I mean,
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman.
I'll get to Troy Aikman later.
Yeah, we can talk about Troy.
So,
I hope he would see that shit too.
Yeah, no, I
wonder. I don't even go to FedEx.
I wonder if he would remember.
But I would go out there just to, like, you know.
Yeah, well, don't give it away. I'll tell the story later.
Okay.
So one thing I'll credit your dad too, because if it wasn't for your dad, I would have never went to Lambeau.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe I would have.
But, yeah.
I would have, but not in the way. Not probably as quick. So I know, like, a Packers fan. Always been a Packers fan. Justin, our friend Justin Kelly, is a huge Packer fan too.
Yeah, that was a good trip.
Yeah,
that was a good trip.
So we got a opportunity with Rocco's dad and Rocco, and they're Redskins fans. So they were playing in Lambeau against the Redskins, and he was like, "You guys want to go to Lambeau? We'll drive." And we're like, "Sure." You know, don't ever drive with them.
Yeah, don't ever drive to Wisconsin, period.
No, I've done it.
I know.
I do it every year.
It was like 17 hours.
16-hour drive. But I'm saying, pick who you
I'm
drive with.
not a Midwest kind of guy, like Chicago.
Well, they're not drivers. Me and your dad pretty much drove the whole fucking time.
Well, me and Justin were like partying the night before.
You guys took like sleeping pills.
You
woke up in Chicago.
Woke up in Chicago, lean like a cholo.
Yeah. Anyways, so all of those are inside jokes. No one would get it. But no, you're so. That
was amazing.
Going to Lambeau Field, because if you're a football fan, you're like, yeah, football, blah blah blah. You know, you got locally, you got the Redskins, you got the Ravens. You might have been to a couple good games and this and that, but I don't care what team you like. Lambeau Field is literally the frozen tundra. It's the place. It's the holy grail of football.
Yeah, it had a profound effect on me. I'm not gonna lie.
It was being there, and it wasn't even snowing. It didn't even have to snow. It just, when you go there and you're seeing, and we got to see Brett Favre. This is pre Aaron Rodgers era.
Yeah, he was on the sideline.
He was on the sideline, but this is it's a couple years before Favre went to the Vikings. But Oh, the
man,
Jets.
that was that whole man just walking in there. Let me just describe like how I felt when I first walked in there, and being a big sports fan. You know, I kind of went in like, oh man, I give a fuck about the Packers because my dad's all like, about history. I love football history, Lombardi, all
and
that.
Lombardi has history with the Redskins anyway.
Exactly. Like I've always had appreciation for that. But you know, I'm like, I just want to go see the Redskins win another team stadium. Walked in there, man, felt like NFL films playing in my head, like out there in the groves, frozen tundra,
with Lombardi on the sideline.
Yeah, you should like see dudes like. But the day was overcast, so I swear on my life, it felt like ethereal. I felt like I was between like heaven and earth. Not even bullshit.
No, I felt the same way,
and I wasn't like drunk.
No,
or anything like that.
You didn't have to be.
I walked in there completely sober, and I just felt like I was in this like sacred place. I swear, I think because the fact that I couldn't really see the sky, it felt like you were like floating, in between clouds. And I'm like, you know, you get like NFL films, voices all up in your head, and it's just like this is the real deal.
Yeah, no, that was
incredible. that was amazing. I still tell people about that. I'm like, dude, if you like going to football games in general, you got to go to Lambeau.
Yeah, no, and.
Just such a classy like setup, and man, the people were nice.
The people were so nice. We got to meet Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh yeah, we met little Dale Earnhardt
because he's a huge. The plane crashed.
Is he okay? He's okay?
Fine. Him, everybody survived. They landed, it bounced, and then it blew up. But he's
a cool cat.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome. He was really cool.
I heard something about how you got.
Well, he's a Redskins, huge Redskins.
I know.
Yeah, I know. You know, I'm saying a lot of people might not know that, and he was on the sidelines close to where we were, and we met this lady who took a bus from. Where was she from? I think it was North Carolina. She was from the Carolinas, and she took a bus to come up to Lambeau. And we were talking to her, and then we spotted Dale.
Yeah.
And, like, we all went down there. And we're, like, literally just talking to him about
he was
the
really
Redskins.
cool.
He was fucking awesome. Shout out to Dale Earnhardt Jr., I guess.
Yeah, he was, like, he was short.
He was super short. But
because, I'm not tall or anything, but I remember, like, I had, like, you know, 3-4 inches on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez.
Well, we were also up higher. He was on the ground. Don't try that fucking...
Nah. Hope you're okay, Dale. We love you. HTTR.
Yeah. But anyway, but Lambeau is like, it's not even just a stadium. I mean, they literally
atrium.
They have bleacher seats. You're literally sitting on it's like a high school football game. Everywhere, all the seats are bleachers. And then, but it's not even that. It's when you pull into Green Bay, and you see where the stadium is. And it's literally a giant stadium in the middle of a neighborhood. And people are literally have signs on the side of their street saying parking. We literally parallel parked my Impala adjacent on someone's front lawn, parallel to their front door window. From the window of their living room for $15. And it was like...
And got to use their hose spigot.
Yeah. It was just like...
When y'all were putting together your little outfit or whatever.
Yeah.
We got to use the hose spigot.
Yeah. We were putting
They're like, oh yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, and they're so nice. Yeah. But then like you're literally walking through Mr. Rogers' neighborhood basically to go to the stadium. And it's funny. Just a fucking...
It's awesome.
It's incredible. You can't explain it. And there's nowhere in the country that has a sports team like that that's owned by the fans, that's in state, that's the stadium is in the neighborhood that you can do that to. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's really a special place, and that's like even the atrium where they have the museums.
Oh my gosh, man!
You know, and the whole cool like I said, first walk out there, and like you said, high school like bleacher style stuff. That's what gives it that feel, and you're just like, whoa, like I'm somewhere where basically this whole sport, this whole phenomenon was, you know,
created basically.
Well, I mean, I would say just as far as the historical impact of the entire sport.
Yes.
You know, you're talking Ice Bowl, you're talking this stuff like right here, and I felt it, dude. It was like some deep shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe I'm just a huge sports nerd or whatever, but
and we got to see Favre.
And that was when Favre broke the record for most interceptions, and Sean
Taylor.
Sean T got him twice.
Yep.
Could have had 4 picks.
Yep. And we still won. Packers still won.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Off the Portis bring back. I know. I get it. But seeing Brett Favre. No. Oh yeah. It was Santana
fumbled that shit.
Yeah. No. But then there was Portis had a long fucking run.
That was that was the game that's a different game. That was at FedEx. Yes.
Okay. All right.
That was the Halloween game.
Oh. I mean, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
All right. Seeing Favre was like.
Yeah, you guys were so.
Bro. Me and Justin.
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing him run out of that tunnel was cool as shit. But you should have seen him and Jay Kelly. Like, I mean, that's some boyhood shit right there. That's cool. I mean,
that was incredible seeing number 4 just like do his thing.
Run out of the time, you throw picks. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, throw picks, throw touchdowns. Like, he had a great game too.
Him throwing,
just the gunslinger throwing and land like Brett Favre, the person who basically made me love the Packers, even though Justin won't try to take credit for that. Like, seeing him
that was
in
awesome.
Lambeau throwing shit was just like, you can't match it, bro. Like, and then I know the Redskins side of things. I mean, they had amazing players during that time.
Yeah, Deshaun.
I mean, Sean Taylor won
that game. He had, like we said,
he shit on us.
He could have had 4 interceptions. Like, if the ball, it was a really wet day.
Yeah.
Again, it was overcast, so the ball was probably like kind of heavy, and that's probably why Favre maybe underthrew a couple of them.
Sure.
But it was kind of a weird day weather-wise. But dude jumped. He was playing single high safety, and we were at a vantage point where we could see like perfectly like coverages and things like that. Because we weren't like super low, but the stadium's so kind of small and intimate that you can see whatever.
It's like hockey. You could sit anywhere in the whole stadium and you could see everything.
Yeah. So Sean Taylor was playing single high like the whole game. Like, they were like, all right, we don't need anybody but him back there. Dude still got like from single high to the sideline to intercept pass, hit the 2-toe joint, get the feet down twice, and we saw it and just like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that was
it was amazing. Like, even Packer fans, they were like, geez, if you guys had a whole team of them, you'd never lose.
Yeah.
So that was cool, like just a good game in general to see. I mean, it was close. And the ironic thing, let me just tell you a little bit about my perceptions of the Wisconsinites.
The people.
The Wisconsians.
I was just going to get to that, yeah.
Whatever the hell they're called. So I'll be real. I've been to a few different sports venues. Lambeau has the most busted women. I'm just being real. I looked around. I'm like, snaggletooth.
Well, yeah, we're in fucking bumfuck Wisconsin. What do you expect?
Snaggletooth. It's not about that.
Yeah, population
it was just
of
something
like
10,000.
I
It was something I noticed. They're all sweet people.
Yeah, no.
Real chill. And
everything from Chicago on was
great,
like incredible. Remember we were stopping at like toll booths and like everybody was getting nicer from like DC to Philly to Pittsburgh to Ohio. It's Indiana, from like Ohio on. Everybody was like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing, man?" I'm like, but in Philly,
they were cool.
They were fucking.
But the people, so even keel, nice. Walk in the stadium, it's all chill, and then they're great fans in there. They make noise, they do their ruckus, they do their thing, let loose, and then once the game's over, they like go back to being those cool, chill, like Midwest people. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed. Not to be superficial, but Lambeau had I was looking around for like someone that wasn't like a snaggletooth, get like a beer and open a beer
but also the fans though,
they were cool. So I just was like, there's a lot of homely women out in this.
Well, most people don't know and haven't been lucky enough to go to a sports venue with Rocco, and win or lose, he can be very obnoxious, insult the other side.
Not anymore. That was back then.
It was what I'm talking about back then. No, we talk our shit now. Remember when we had Maxim Talbot mad at us on the Penguins? We'll talk about that later. But anyway, so Rocco is can get kind of in his feelings when it comes, which perfect. I do the same thing. If my team is winning or losing, I'm very passionate. I get mad when I see another Packers fan.
I'm not like that anymore.
I know
that was over 10 years ago.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're like that now. I'm just saying. I'm using it as an example of the people.
Right.
We could say whatever the fuck we want to these people. Even I was being obnoxious and being irate at sometimes, cussing and this and that. And the fans,
that game, I was pissed at.
I know, but the fans were like, "Hey, calm down, son." Like they weren't as I was mad. They weren't as mad as I was. You see what I'm saying? Like the fans were so nice that even when you have people on the opposite team yelling at them, telling them all this crazy shit. Go get your go do your laundry, Landry. Remember that guy? That's what I'm saying.
That's the ironic thing. That's kind of what I was going to get at, too, as far as, like, let me tell you about the people of Wisconsin, because they were so nice, so gracious.
Even when they were mean.
Because I'm not a guy who, like, I don't get in, like, scraps at sporting events. Like, I'll talk shit, I'll drink and shit.
We haven't fought.
I've never even really. That was the only
outside
time.
Lambeau.
That's why it was ironic because
I was wearing leggings.
Because I was pissed the way the shit transpired. I drove 17 hours. O-line exploded. Like we had to move everybody in the O-line. The game was won on like one fumble by Santana. So I was like pissed, yeah, because back in those days I was like, took that more seriously, yeah. Like
it wasn't like malicious. It was passionate.
I'm a weathered, jaded person. Like I said, I'm like, an old cop ready to just die.
What?
As far as Redskins go, but ready to just go on the job and whatever. Don't need no pension.
Rampart. I'm kidding.
No, but yeah, but I was pissed, and then that's the ironic thing. That's the closest I've really ever been to getting a fight at a sporting event. It was because this dude was, ironically enough, from the most chill place. He was like goading me and saying all this shit, and then we were sitting there, and I was about to square up with him. I remember my dad's like, "No, Rock, you don't want to do it now." He doesn't talk like that at all.
He doesn't talk like that. Well, I don't know why you're so bad with impressions right now. No, but that's not. I'm not talking. I'm talking about the guy outside that said something to me because I wear an outlandish, ridiculous looking outfit. I wear like
that's the guy I'm talking about.
I know the guy
because I was walking away and he's like, "Oh." The
guy in the stand said, "Go do your laundry, Landry."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm talking about the dude outside that I like.
That guy was an asshole though. That guy was a total asshole, and he was a Redskins fan. I thought, no, he's a Packers fan because he's talking shit to me. He was talking shit to me anyway. Whatever. But what I'm saying is the people there, even when they're mean, I don't think that guy was like a Wisconsin dude though. Like he was obnoxiously a prick.
I just think it's ironic. That's the closest I've really ever been to like wanting to step and just. I mean, sure, I've held my nutsack at some Eagles fans from time to time when I've drank too much, and they.
I was gonna say I've definitely seen you go ham.
No, but Eagles but again, that was like
Flyers.
That was like 10 years ago. But yeah, but I mean, Flyers fans, fuck them.
I know.
I'll talk shit to them.
Ryan,
I still talk shit to them all day.
Yeah, but
like I don't care.
What bothers me with fans in general, and I guess everyone's not the same, but when I'm walking down the street, and Corinne can vouch for me, anyone that knows me can vouch for me. When I go say something, and I'm like, "Yo, let's go, pack whatever I'm pumped about," and they don't give me that same energy, I get fucking so blown. And I'm just like, "You're not a fan. You're not a fan. You're not about it. You're not about that life." So that's what I'm saying is the fans there were on a whole nother level that they were almost so respected. I don't know what word to use, but like they didn't even have to get to a Eagles level or a.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. Right. They didn't have to get to that level.
And it was a great crowd too. It was loud.
It was amazing, and they still do their.
And then
thing.
they walked out, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
let's go have a beer,
yeah, we'll go have a beer.
Yeah,
get ready for work this week.
Yeah, I guess we're Irish now.
I don't
know. Anyway, but it was Lambeau was just.
I loved it, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like trying to paint me out to be this crazy ass person.
No, I'm not.
That's the closest I've ever probably been, just going up and just fucking clocking somebody was that dude, and I was like. Pissed. You
just lost. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're a bad person. Everyone is. There's fights that happen all the time for stupider shit. I'm just saying.
Thank you. I'm a good person.
You're a good person. I'm saying you're a passionate sports fan.
Well, Redskins. I don't care no more.
Well, that was like you said 10 years ago.
I don't care anymore.
Anyway,
I'll still get hyped at. But it's more fun now. Like,
you can appreciate it.
When I went to Game 7. This past year, it's fun, like, again, just kind of giving people shit. But the Carolina dudes were so nice and cool and chill that we were doing it in a fun way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, your logo looks like fucking someone's flushing Dookie down the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all love. So it's not really, when I was younger, definitely, like, took that shit more
I also think
seriously. I don't really take it seriously.
We didn't know when to stop either. Like, let's talk about, like, I mean, for instance, when we went to the Caps Penguins game and Maxim Talbot played for the Penguins and they do their warm up. Me and Rocco made a parent every time to get early enough to get down there and not see our players play, but go see and talk shit to the other team, especially when it was the Flyers and the Penguins. And
it's like a duty that
it's a duty. Yeah, we were
growing up the way
we had
that the Penguins ruined every summer and spring for me.
Yeah,
so it's like a duty.
So we went down there and it was like. So they, they do their little, like, whatever they got to do to get ready. And they're, like, doing their little, like, throwing the puck on the boards and it's going back to them and this and that. And me and Rocco, like, we didn't care if there was a fucking children around us or whatever. We were going ham on Talbot. And we were saying some fucked up shit. Yeah, we were saying some fucked up shit. Anyway, so he would go to, like, the center ice and then, like, throw the puck at the glass where we were at. And, like, we could tell we were getting under his skin because the fucking puck started getting harder. Yep. And he started, like, blasting lasers, which they would never do in a warm-up situation because, you could hit someone. Like, it could go foul, whatever. But
If I was Talbot, I would have been annoyed as
we were so fucking
done the
annoying.
Same thing.
Yeah, no, we would have definitely done the same thing. He was visibly irritated, and it showed because we fucking won. So
that was funny.
Yeah, no, he was fuck him. But aside from that, there's a guy named, most of you guys will know him. His name's Troy Aikman, and Rocco has always had it out for Troy for some reason. And it's almost like they were connected in some way because every single game I've ever been to a football game with Rocco, Troy Aikman somehow finds his way to be in close proximity to Rocco.
Within earshot,
which is a bad idea for Troy because just like how we did the thing to Maxim Talbot, Rocco would do that to Troy Aikman.
Yeah, and I was a diehard Redskin fan as a kid and all that. Troy Aikman was like, he was the arch nemesis, the devil.
Yeah, he was the Antichrist. So
I hated Troy.
So we're at was it the Pittsburgh and Redskins game? It was the first one.
It was a preseason game.
It was
the first time. It's like
the first time we saw
Troy Aikman
was Pittsburgh and the Redskins.
And we were sitting like tunnel.
We were sitting tunnel watching people come through. We were sitting right behind Portis' mom.
Yeah, that's right.
And so anyway, so then like I see like literally at like the 50-yard line, like standing there. I'm like, yo, is that Troy Aikman? And I already knew like you fucking hated him. So this man started walking towards us, like obviously to go to the tunnel. So we're like, oh God, here he goes. Rocco already sees him coming. You motherfucker! Oh, this crazy like.
I'm like, fuck you, Troy.
Yeah, personal shit, not like, hey man, your hairline's fucked up. No, like.
No, I just said the most personal. I was like, that's why LeVar ended your career, bitch. Yada yada. Because
you weren't lying.
I wasn't lying,
but
I mean, as a wiser, more responsible man, I hope that the LeVar Arrington hit did not cause any CTE.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
but yeah, no, I definitely was like,
"Fuck you,
get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of DC area."
Yeah,
that's why LeVar ended your career, bitch. Right?
Yeah, so that's like literally, and then it's funny
just being reckless.
But Troy, hey, listen, consummate. What's like a professional? The word before consummate professional. Mm-hmm. Like literally. Just let it fly.
Nah, he looked at you.
But when he was talking to Portis' mom and like saying hi and this and that, you were literally yelling in this man's ear when he was talking to Clinton Portis' mom, and it was fucking hilarious. And then he just like bounced, right? And we're like, oh, okay, end of that. Then we go all the way to Green Bay, Wisconsin, to the Packers game.
Oh gosh.
Packers Redskins.
The same one, yeah.
Who do we see?
Right at the tunnel.
Right at the tunnel when we're sitting by the tunnel, same
waiting
place
for
we
Brett
saw
Favre.
Waiting for Favre.
Yeah.
Fucking Troy Aikman walks towards us. Rocco, motherfucker, goes in again, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, literally, Troy Aikman.
It wasn't like real anger.
It wasn't anger, but it was perfect.
It was like I just wanted to give him shit.
Yeah, and it's like
because it's Troy Aikman.
You see him in DC, and it's one thing. Then you travel 16 hours, and you're like, you're not gonna see Troy Aikman. You're not gonna be able to say shit to him. Fucking sure enough,
same scenario. Pretty
literally,
much.
It was like deja vu, and it was awesome. And like so, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, no. That time I think I was like, I told you to stop hanging around with Skins.
Yeah, you were like
shit.
Yeah. You were like, remember me, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm back. It was crazy. Did we see him anymore? Or was I felt like we saw him again.
I don't know.
Anyway,
nothing comes to mind, but I feel like
it was just like meant to be. So Troy Aikman, if you're watching,
and the way we just he locked eyes, and,
it was like, all right, I'm coming.
Just the loathsome. He just had that hatred in his eyes for me, and I completely understand.
Yeah, no, it was great
because I have the hatred for him. I'm still mad about that '99 season opener, week 1, Rocket Ishmael, fucking overtime bitch. I hate Troy Aikman. Wow.
All right, so Troy, if you're seeing this or hear this, or you ever want to, hit him up, Rocco at Rock Digital, Rock_Digital.
Yeah, we can talk. Man.
Yeah, you guys can talk it out, hash it out, and maybe come on the podcast. Probably not, but just saying that was fucking hilarious. And it was almost meant to be because as a diehard Redskins fan, arch nemesis, to meet twice in 2 separate areas in the country in the same exact manner was just fucking hilarious.
It really
being able to watch it was amazing.
It did really feel like he remembered me.
That's what it felt like. Exactly.
Like it was funny. I mean, he probably didn't because he probably gets heckled all the time. So I'm sure he didn't. But just like I remember the way he was looking at me, like he just wanted to
oh, this fucking guy again.
Like he had some like true hatred for me, as I did for him. So that's the way it's supposed to be reciprocated. If I was still gave a shit about the Skins like that, at this point,
that type of way.
Yeah, I mean, but again, basketball shit. Don't
even get me started. Don't even get me started, Justin Kelly.
No, I wasn't. I was just saying. I didn't know what your favorite basketball memory.
Well, I've only been to a couple basketball games, but
ever
my fondest memory was when Justin, no, not Justin. I'm sorry. When Nick had tickets. Nick and Ryan had tickets to see the Wiz and the fucking Golden State Warriors when they had Jason Richardson, which was my favorite player.
No, hold up. Those were my tickets.
Oh, you had them?
Well,
then fuck
tickets.
you then,
yeah.
because you took Justin Kelly.
Nah, you don't understand what happened. Now.
Then tell me what happened, because
this is what happened.
Let me tell you what my side first. Okay,
right.
So Jay Rich is coming to DC. That's my favorite player.
I know. I remember. It was a great team.
Slam dunk contest. Like, that was my guy. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to see him.
I think you were living in PA at the time.
No.
First off, as the first caveat of this.
Okay.
Go on.
Whatever.
I think that's when you moved to PA. So that kind of logistically.
Well, like 30 minutes away.
This is what happened.
And he got an alley-oop from Baron Davis.
Girl I was really good friends with. Jamie gave me these tickets because her she got them from her family.
Yeah.
At high school one day, randomly, hey, you want these Wizard tickets? Or not randomly, she told me the night before, and then we were at the lockers, and she was giving me these Warriors tickets. They were like sweet, they were like the VIP joints that.
Yeah, they were nice as shit.
Yeah, so she's, want these tickets. I said, oh, hell yeah, I want them. Like,
is the sky blue?
I love ball. And so I knew about Baron Davis, Richardson, and Justin just so happened to be, walking in the area, because I knew you had the Jason Richardson jersey.
Yeah.
So, it was like a Friday or whatever. She's like, oh, yeah, we can't use these tickets. Here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, it's awesome. I appreciate it. Like, it was an awesome, like, little opportunity. And then Justin's, hey, guys. He comes walking in.
Hey, what's that? What's in your hand?
Basically, yeah. And, like, I'm not saying, like, I would, I don't know.
No, Justin, I'm taking
But, like, in a way, it was almost like, what are you going to do? You're painting a corner, like, as far as
you can't say no to your other best friend.
And I think you were in PA, and I knew that since there was 4 that I already like
had to have Nick. And
I had to have Ryan,
yeah,
and Nick. Like I already told them, so it was just one of the things. Like, yeah, it was. If I'll be 100% honest. If I would have said, oh, who do you think should go? I probably would have said you.
All right, that makes me feel better.
No, for real.
But then it's funny because it's always like, that's a funny thing.
I know it is, because that was your dude, and
that's
the fact that the dunk contest was hot.
Yeah, but Baron Davis threw him an alley-oop, and it was filthy, and they used it in the Slam magazine. Yeah,
and we're sitting there in the suite, and you're getting to see it again, seeing things visually.
Yeah,
so like, different. All right, basketball-wise, like I was going to say, man, being able to see Michael Jordan live, like Wizard days. So he wasn't good. I mean, he still was scoring
Michael Jordan.
He's still scoring like 18 points a game.
It's still Michael Jordan though.
But like just the fact, and again, this was one of the times where I was low. Like my dad took me to see, the Wizards because he wanted me to see Jordan at some point. So we actually got like some good tickets down low, and just the memory of the little shake off, turnaround baseline jumper. That Kobe used to spend his whole life trying to replicate. Yeah. Just seeing that, I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, in my head, I'm just like, because I watched basketball hardcore, so I was always in the 90s, always watching it. So even though I didn't get to see Jordan like during those days, dunking and stuff,
still
just in my head, I'm like, all right, I got to see Jordan do a turnaround baseline, fade away some dude's face, just butter, and got to see Kobe get it up to Shaq, and then him do the fucking leg lift dunk, like right in San Antonio, Los Burritos, fucking all the Mexicans down there, just seeing Shaq just yam,
like his logo on his shoes.
Yeah, I mean, so that was always.
I've seen Kobe. I saw Kobe and the Bulls play. At the Wizards play. I mean,
yeah,
but
I gotta go see.
I didn't see Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, so like I've seen a lot of great all-time players in like various sports, but I still got to see. That's why I need to see Tom Brady this year.
Tom Brady, I want to see that.
I don't think I've. Oh no, I have seen Drew Brees. Matter of fact, I have seen him.
I don't know. I've seen Drew Brees,
but I still haven't seen LeBron. Saints. Never been to a LeBron game.
Yeah,
so
I could do without that. I guess
I can't because he's an all-time great. Like
right.
Kobe's. I've seen Kobe multiple times because that's my.
I guess I don't care as much because I didn't get to see Jordan. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I don't have like the lineage.
Wayne Gretzky, that was cool too because again,
never saw Wayne.
He was with the Rangers. My dad picked me up from school. It was a Friday, like early, so it was kind of exciting. Like, Remember back in the day at school, they'd be like,
when you get to Rocco come to the office.
Yes,
oh my god,
exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
See you losers.
Yeah. So he scooped me up like a couple hours early, and I'm just like, what's up? And then he's just like, he's like, the Rangers are in town, and he had the lower bowl seats, and went to the game the Friday. It was amazing because again, I was low, had the good sight lines. Like I got to see exactly this greatness that. Even though it wasn't peak Gretzky, like you could see that the game was slower.
99.
Yeah, and him just making plays, anticipating them, even as an old guy.
Brilliant.
It was amazing, just the way he would read plays and just always know where to go with the puck, and that was cool, man.
You know what's cool is when Ovechkin scored the goal in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
And Gretzky was the head coach of the Coyotes at the time.
He looked up.
And seeing Gretzky's reaction at the time. The greatest goal scorer of all time, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Seeing a goal like that being scored, which I think now Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer of all time.
Yeah.
That was like fucking awesome because you're like Wayne was like,
that was
like what?
That was a good set of circumstances because just how crazy that goal was.
It was just like how like when you have the great one literally looking at the jumbotron being like.
Yeah, that was
when you have him in awe.
That was crazy.
That's like here you go.
How that goal even unfolded is just nuts, man.
If you've never seen it, literally YouTube Ovechkin the goal.
Yeah,
it's fucking
impressive,
insane. It's anytime I do a top whatever for Ovechkin, it's always number one. Always.
Yeah. Well, because I had these videos, NHL's greatest goals of all time, so like the coolest shit throughout the decades, and obviously they were older, but like that goal would have been. The best, like
of course,
the most badass, nasty,
of course,
wild goal, like out of all of them.
My personal, besides that goal, my personal favorite goal from Ovechkin. Guess which one is my favorite in your head? Because I know you have you could replay a bunch. There's one that sticks out to me that is just it's a playoff goal. It was fucking insane. I'll give you the goalie.
Rangers?
No, they beat us pretty bad. They swept us.
Oh, that series we got swept?
Yeah.
So it was Lightning?
No. Oh, then maybe we didn't get swept. Or maybe we lost in 6. It's Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
Off the boards.
That wasn't in the playoffs?
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't?
It wasn't?
No. That was a regular season game. I think it was in like November or October.
I thought it was when...
Nah, he had 4 goals that game.
Really?
Yeah, that was the game he had 4 goals.
Against...
Montreal.
No, but the goalie...
Huey?
No, it wasn't Hugh. It was who was their fucking
Carey Price?
It had to be Carey Price then.
I know a goal you're talking about where he like spun.
That shit.
That was in the regular season, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Right. Well,
because I think he had 4 goals that game.
Bro,
including the overtime winner.
That
was ridiculous, yeah.
Bro, that shit was insane. He fucking the defenseman was coming down the boards and Ovi hit the puck. It bounced off the boards, went behind the defender.
And then
at the same time, Ovi spun around the defender, picked the puck up, went down, deked, crossed over one dude. As he's falling, top shelf.
Yeah, that was sick.
In my head, I just...
No, that's definitely...
On ice.
Definitely, that's one of the most impressive. My favorite...
When he undressed the Rangers or the Penguins?
I think my favorite goal of Ovi is from the Stanley Cup run.
I know what you're talking about. When he did not give up and he like Bobby Orr'd that shit basically.
Well, when the game against the Penguins in Game 4, I think it was Game 4. It was Game 4.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it was it was looking like we were going to overtime or whatever, and we scored in that because that's what made me feel like, oh, this shit's different. Because usually,
he wouldn't have
when it would have happened in the Cap, just in Cap's history, it would have went to overtime. We would have lost a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But we had a 2-on-1 with the guys who just bled for our team, Backstrom, Ovi.
Oh, that goal.
And, where he swatted it.
I thought you were talking about the one where he did not give up.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was yo.
That was amazing.
When he Bobby Orr'd it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was cool.
No, the one against the Pens, I think it was Game 4 where we ended up winning
from Backstrom to Ovi.
It was a 2-on-1.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And it was like
Malkin fucked it up. Or Letang.
It was like a minute and 20 left.
Yep.
And the way that they set the play up, but then the puck popped up and just like he was
like, no, just in this shit,
right?
Yeah.
And just I think for me, it just felt different. I'm like, God, that's something that never happened.
Yeah, it never fell. It never fell in our favor.
Yeah, and it got to Backstrom got to be a big part of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely, if you look at all the goals this man has scored, they're all like just so many pretty, beautiful shots, like amazing, just things that people can't do. But that one I think is my favorite goal because
it's so simple, but it's
just my history as a Caps fan. Like usually when those games would get to be grind mode, like we'd end up losing a heartbreaker in overtime. So the fact that they got to fucking, take the throat of that game in Pittsburgh, like with like a minute, like under a couple minutes left, and just the way that Backstrom and Ovi worked together, and he had to just fucking hit that hand-eye coordination. That was a really satisfying goal for me.
Ovi would have been great for, obviously, no matter who he's playing with, but without Backstrom, I feel like there's no Ovi without Backstrom in the way that he is now.
I was just
facilitator like that. I mean, I'm just saying, like in general of his career, Backstrom doesn't get enough love.
He's been one of the most underrated hockey players in the world for his entire career.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's just
because
he's a fucking playmaker.
Yeah.
Understated for sure.
Yeah, I love that dude. Even though he looks like a Swiss Miss.
He does look like a Swiss Miss. He does.
He looks like.
But he's fucking amazing.
He looks like a Swedish like cartoon character. I love him though.
Nah, he's ridiculous. And koozie too. Anyway, so check out my fucking. You like my jacket?
Oh yeah, man. I like
the district patch.
Yep. DC.
43. This is a Wilson joint.
Tom Wilson.
It's got Wilson on the back. 43.
Yeah, man, it's unique. I like that.
Corinne made these joints, and she's got a Oshi because she's like obsessed with TJ. Shout out to TJ.
Osh dog.
TJ and Lauren. She loves them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a cute family.
Yeah, their little daughter. She's
so I like. I mean, I just love this. I love our squad.
I know.
Just so many good guys that good cheer for and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know. I hope to, like I said, get to a lot more of the games this year. I know. Another cup run.
I hope we get to another cup. And
because I didn't get to go to any of the games in the finals because
besides standing outside, we went to.
Yeah. But I mean,
physically go to a game,
yeah. Like I remember even the viewing party, like the tickets were gone so fast.
Yeah, instantly. Like 13 seconds. It was ridiculous.
So hopefully we'll go back here soon.
But at least we can walk away from saying like we got to celebrate, see the parade on the National Mall.
I got to pop bottles in front of the Congress.
In front of Congress.
You know what I'm saying? That's
singing drunken "We Are the Champions" with the Capitals. Like,
with the greatest goal scorer
of all time.
And people, you'd be like, oh, you're a homer. Nah, man. The fact that dude can score at the clip he is in the era he's scoring in.
Oh, which is the hardest.
You can
look at goalies. Goalies are fucking
historically
massive. It's so hard to score in the NHL now.
Like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, like there's all these players that scored more goals and stuff like that.
Gretzky was scoring like 3 or 4 goals a game sometimes, most times. Like, he was like ridiculous. It was a different era.
It was a different era, yeah. I mean, games were like 8-4.
Yeah, it was different.
Lot in the 80s. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, as far as I'm concerned, scoring at that capacity in this era after the defenses have been
it's insane.
The dead puck era is over now, thank God. But like where it was this whole system of jamming up the neutral zone, games were like really low scoring.
Yeah,
which is part of the reason I think why lockout happened. But like just it's hard as shit to score in the NHL these days.
And the fact that he can do it 50 goals a year.
Yeah, and dude is still doing like it's just remarkable, man.
Yep.
So I mean. Besides, me and you, we gotta. I'm not big on like I don't have any idol worship or nothing like that, but we gotta meet Arnold.
Oh my God.
And Ovi.
Yeah. I've met Ovi
before we die.
When the Caps they do this convention every year where they have like all the fans come meet the players and all this other stuff. But the first time they did it, my mom got me tickets and me and her went, and it was at the Gaylord Convention Center in Oxon Hill. At the National Harbor, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, it was cool because, Mike Green was there. Jose Theodore was there. There was a bunch of, like, pretty cool players. He was awesome. Theodore was fucking so cool. Or Theodore, whatever fucking, how you ever say his name. He was cool. But this is kind of like Ovi. I don't know. I don't know if he was, like,
feeling himself.
But, like, I'll never forget it. Ted Leonsis. I just talked to Ted Leonsis, and he was awesome. And then, like, everyone's like, "Oh, Ovi's coming." So then I had my Sharpie and my Ovi jersey, like, literally in my hand, and he literally makes eye contact with me, walks towards me, and I'm like, "Okay, this is fucking it." Da da da. Yo, like, walks right by me, and I'm like, damn, like, I really gotta pay for this motherfucker's autograph. Like, it was one of those where, like, you gotta pay for the autograph thing, which is whatever. But let me tell you, my Green, So I followed Mike Green into the bathroom. Did I tell you this?
I don't think so.
So I love Mike Green. I think he's one of, 30 and 50. Like, come on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
season.
That's incredible. Mm-hmm. So, never happened before. Defensive player scored 30 plus goals. Offensive player scored 50 plus goals. Him and Ovi. It's incredible. So anyway, but he also lost us a lot of games.
He did.
Anyway, so I'm like, all right, Mike Green, he's fucking amazing. Da-da-da. So I'm like, I want to talk to him, whatever, like get his autograph. And I'm like following him around. I noticed he's like autographing like just all the hot girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's a fucking good looking dude. Like it's his thing, whatever.
He's like, dude, get away. I'm trying to crush puss right now.
Literally. I'm like, all right, well, I follow him into the bathroom and then he's like at the urinal and I'm like, great. I got myself in the most awkward situation. This man's taking a piss and I'm about to go talk to him because I'm a fan. That's fucking creepy as shit. And I wish I never did it. But then I played it off. I just washed my hands, whatever. And I walked outside to wait until he, I came out. I was like, hey, man, can I get an autograph? And he was like, dude, he's like, you follow me into the bathroom. Like, no. And I was like, so blown. And I was so mad. And forever, I was just like hating on Mike Green. But I'm like, okay, I kind of followed you to the bathroom. It's kind of fucking weird. Anyways, but like Mike Knuble, got him, got Carlson.
Well, when I run into guys, I appreciate just having a convo. I don't need.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't need a damn autograph.
That's what I was at. I wasn't like, yes, I wanted to.
I just like, I like shaking their hand and just,
just get to know them. Yeah. And
just,
as you get older,
chop it up for like a minute or two.
I was like, 20,
they're just people.
24 maybe.
They're just good at what they do.
But anyway, it was just a cool experience. And I'm sure it's just all at that point. I felt like we were kind of hot. We were really popular. More of a political thing. Like, when you go to those things, it's not because if they could talk to everyone, they probably would, but they'd be there for 4 days. You know what I mean? Like they got to go do their thing. They got to go. It's like when I see a famous person. I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna go up and be like at dinner with your family. Can I have an autograph? Yeah. Like I'll wait if there's a chance. Like Brooks, remember Brooksy?
Yeah, well, Brooksy's, yeah.
Did I ever tell you what happened with him?
In the garage or whatever?
No, it's Central Park.
Oh, yeah, we saw him in New York.
Shout out to Brooks man. That's a good dude. I used to work at the Verizon Center at the Green Turtle before it closed in our prime, right? So I would go down to the garage. I went to the garage one night and they were all the players were leaving, so I saw Ovi and everything. And then I was walking to my car and I saw Brooksy leaving in his car. And I walked up and started talking to him and shooting the shit or whatever. And this is what year was that when he played with us? It was like 2000. It was like 3 or 4 years before he left, right? Anyway, so then I moved to New York. I go up into New York. This is like 3 or 4 years after I met him in the garage. Yeah. And I had a picture. I took a selfie with him. And then me, and I took Justin and our friend Justin and Cassandra. We went to Central Park. And we're walking through Central Park, and I see these two people getting character, whatever those things are drawn, right? And I'm like, yo, Justin, that's fucking Brooks alike, bro. That's Brooks like. Like we must have had a game, like we must have been playing the Rangers or something. I was like, no, that's Brooksy. I know this motherfucker. And then obviously everyone knows he's married to Julianne Hough. The person getting the picture drawn with him was his girlfriend at the time, Julianne Hough.
The dance chick.
Yeah, the dance chick. Yeah, like the Dancing with the Stars
Dancing
girl.
with the Stars,
yeah. Super famous. And I honestly, she's awesome, but I was like, Brooks
you don't play for the Cavs, bitch.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, whatever. So then, nah. I'm like, okay. So, and they're getting a picture of drawing of their dogs and everything. So I was like, this is a family moment. I'm not trying to burst their bubble, but I was like, but I'm in Central Park. And it's Brooksy, and I already have a selfie with him. So I was like, fuck this. So I walked over. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be that guy. But Brooksy, I used to work at the Verizon Center. We took a selfie. Here's a selfie. Remember this? I had it locked and loaded. I said, here's a selfie. He's like, oh my God, I remember. Da, da, da. He probably didn't remember, but whatever. Thanks for saying that. And then we got another selfie. I didn't get a picture of Julianne because
I didn't get Julianne.
No, I wanted. I was like, that's my boy. Yeah. So anyway, so then he just he's a. Like you said, man, we just had a conversation and talked, and it was fucking cool, man.
Yeah, that's what I enjoyed.
Exactly.
I did that with Joe Gibbs and Sean Taylor. I saw him out. It was crazy, dude.
Arrington with his Porsche.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
He said, yeah. No, but you've seen and talked to some fucking insane players.
Yeah, well, Bruce Allen. I wish I would have stabbed him in the side like Commodus, yo. When Commodus stabbed Russell Crowe when I met him. So like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of like to
Yo,
just have
he's
combos
totally
with people.
fucking kidding.
Yeah, I am.
Are you though?
Yeah.
All right.
But like I said, I'm apathetic to that dysfunction.
You're old now, so
at this point,
what are you? Let's talk about like who are the great. Give me the top 5 players that you've seen in real action. Top 5.
Like as far as the ones that stood out to me at that particular game.
Yeah, you were like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm seeing this person right now.
And again, not even just based on because, for instance, saw Randy Moss when he was with the Titans, like big deal.
I saw him when he was at the Vikings.
He was terrible,
but he also played against the Ravens when they first came out, and they sucked.
Like Randy Moss played for the Titans.
Yeah.
So,
he also played for the
but
Patriots.
yeah, so like when I was at the game, where I'm just wowed. Okay, football wise, always Ed Reed and Ray Lewis jumped off. Just it was amazing watching what they did. Ed Reed won the game. All by himself when he came off on like a safety blitz, stripped Mark Brunell from like the blind side because Mark Brunell was a left-hander. House that bitch. Like, and just the way he did it, he took over the entire field and the play with 22 guys on the field. This guy just basically changed the whole game. It seemed like at will. And then, watching Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, as far as middle linebackers, London Fletcher too, but the Ray Lewis and Urlacher, dude, they would just play that classic Mike position, sideline, amazing.
Yeah, Urlacher was cool. I've seen him.
Obviously, like I said, Sean Taylor is by far probably the most physically gifted safety. He didn't have quite the IQ, I think, of Ed Reed on the field as far as he would have had it probably if he would have been able to experience the NFL more. But physically, the things he would do, absolutely elite. Chris Johnson, the running back
from Tennessee.
So when I was at that same Titans game, the way he would run, dude, he would just run in like these vectors, and it was amazing. It was like he was like a little jackrabbit or something.
Yeah.
And instead of like running back, you get the ball and you kind of like
he could just
run through the hole, but this dude would just dart like in these vectors, and I'm just like, wow. So I mean, football wise, probably those guys for sure.
But top 5, not even football, like sports in general. Your top 5 players that you've seen live. And I know you said you saw Michael Jordan and not in his prime, but like still.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like any of those people.
Oh, yeah. So
in order.
Okay, so number 1 for me being
from 5 to 1. So
from 5 to 1.
Yes.
All right, so number 5 would probably be, like Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, just how great he was. I since I'm a Skins fan, I'll give ST and Reed the same spot, I guess. Okay. Because I've seen Sean Taylor play a lot more, so I've seen him do cooler shit, but more regularly.
Yeah.
But being Reed, watching him know what he does, and then seeing it was just amazing. Definitely Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like prime Shaq and Kobe. Like I said, like being in San Antonio, watching him.
And against the Spurs.
Right.
So that's like a whole different level.
People probably earlier, I was like, Los Sporitos, they probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. It's kind of just a joke as far as like my family being from San Antonio, me being a Lakers fan, going to the Alamo Dome and just seeing prime Kobe throw it up to prime Shaq where he's lifting his legs like the Walmart logo and shit. Yeah. That was really cool, man. So definitely them.
All right, so that's 4.
Michael Jordan
is 3.
And obviously like Ovi and Gretzky.
So who's 1 and 2?
I'm gonna say Ovi, man.
Ovi's 1?
Yeah. Gretzky, that was amazing. So as a hockey fan, as a hockey purist, that's top tier. But
you wouldn't have been able to see him as an Oiler anyways.
But Ovi, dude, I've seen Ovi in we've seen him like every stage of his career.
Yeah, no, yeah,
and,
right.
And when you're the all-time greatest at something.
Yeah.
He's not the all-time greatest hockey player, but to me, he's the all-time greatest goal scorer.
Well, it's like when the people
for consistency, I was a goal scorer when I was a kid, and then played hockey. So obviously, like that's like the coolest shit ever.
Of course,
love DC area, love hockey, love goal scores, and then I got to see the greatest one.
Well, like you said just now, you get to see it from the beginning to hopefully
it's
to
cool,
the
man.
end. Where like
we'll have to see this journey out as sports fans.
Well, no, you're right. But when people like think about when older people are like. When people say, "Oh, who's the greatest basketball player of all time?" Oh, Michael Jordan. Not everybody got to see Michael Jordan in Chicago. You know what I mean? Winning 3-3, and you don't get to see that and live through it. Like we're able to live through this era,
or even all the pack. I mean, shoot, you've been to Lambeau a few times, even seeing Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers too. Yeah,
you can't sit there and be like Aaron Rodgers is the best, most accomplished quarterback of all time, because he's not. But he's probably the most skilled quarterback of all time.
I agree.
So same kind of scenario. So again, like this thing about sports, like I think reason why I sort of always romanticize sports is because you think about it. This is the human body performing at the absolute best that's capable of. Whereas that's like running fast, jumping high. Like, the human body has limitations. We can't fly, we can't do all this shit. But like with sports, that's why I've always like just enjoyed that so much, because you're seeing the greatest sort of accomplishments that's possible, in these different ventures. So, it's not even necessarily like, oh, my team, I'm a fucking, tailgating drunken dude, just whatever. Like, it's just the fact that you can see people perform and do something at the highest level, and especially when it's so damn cool, it's like, sports is kind of like, poetry in motion, and that's why hockey's cool, because it's finesse. But it's you get hit, it's strength, it's everything. So
and it's quick. It's not like baseball where you're sitting around fucking jerking off for 9 innings.
So over the years, kind of like, well, why, because I used to be like a huge fanatical kind of fan, not really so much anymore. But then I'm like, well, yeah, why do people get so jazzed up about seeing some dude run around and throw a ball or shoot a ball? But then you realize, like,
sometimes it's all people have.
Well, you gotta appreciate the fact that dudes like put in this amount of work.
They dedicate their lives to be to a fraction of people that actually make it to that level. Is basically -0.
Like Kobe, he's like somebody I look up to. It's just his approach to life. Hotel room withstanding, but no. But as far as just his approach to if anybody could get to that level of discipline and sharpening their craft, we all would. Our society would be amazing. So it's not even in the sense that, oh, this guy's good at running and jumping and dunking a ball. It's the approach. You know what I mean? It's the things that people are willing to do to survive, and seeing that. Just from an aesthetic level is beautiful, but then you're seeing like, wow, nobody else is capable of doing this, so it's special in that sense.
Exactly. No, you're right.
Go see some live hockey.
Definitely go to hockey.
Again, dude.
And definitely go to Lambeau Field.
Yeah, it's cool as shit. Like this area, we've had just all-time great talents, and I'm not a Ravens fan, but Ed Reed, Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, we've seen some. Like,
Portis too.
Well, he's not all-time great, but that's my ace.
Portis is good as fuck.
Oh, I love my man CP. He's brought me some of the fucking funnest times. But so I mean, I guess that's probably what I have to say about sports. Some of my experience in sports. I need to go to to cap this off. I kind of now want to plan like what I want to, like where I want to go,
like Gillette
at some point. Yes, I was gonna say I really want to go up to like New England. And not even just see that stadium, but go to
see
Fenway.
Brady or
go to Fenway.
Fenway's cool.
Like even all that stuff.
I flew my drone over Fenway.
Not a huge baseball fan, but like I love baseball parks, so I should probably definitely check out like
the
Wrigley.
Big Green and shit.
Yeah, I should definitely check that out. But football stadium, where would you want to go see a football game? If I just said, where would you choose to go to a stadium that you haven't been to before? Which one would you pick?
That's a good question.
Because I want to check out that joint in Minnesota.
Yeah, the Target joint.
No, it's the bank. I don't know.
I thought it was the Target.
No, that's the basketball arena.
Oh,
Target Center. The one, the U.S. Is it U.S. Bank of America's? I don't know.
Bank of America is in North Carolina.
Oh,
because North Carolina is Bank of America.
Yeah, well, their new stadium. I want to see Atlanta's new stadium.
The Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, so confusing.
I know.
And then I definitely want to. I haven't been to see the Cowboys new stadium.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, can I retract your question? Maybe if I could go to any stadium in any era.
Yeah, sure.
Because like I feel like the new stadiums,
the Roman Coliseum.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying like the new stadiums, they're cool and all, but like
I don't think anything's gonna beat Lambeau.
No, it won't. But I'm saying
for me,
they're made differently now. They're made to fit as many people in as possible.
Yeah,
they're not made for the experience alone.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same purity to it.
You know what I mean?
But it's there. It's an amazing like architectural.
Of course it is. But of course, like how the dome in Atlanta, like it's and turns into the Mercedes logo and stuff. Like that's cool. But like I don't know. I just think that like I'm not even including.
You're right though. Historical ones are more fun to think about. So like
of course.
I mean, again, that's why I said Fenway, Wrigley be awesome to go to.
I guess Seattle would be cool.
I really would want to go see a game in since the Islanders moved back to Nassau.
Oh, the Coliseum.
Because that's a pretty for hockey in the 70s.
That's a historic.
They did a
venue.
lot. They did work out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was.
Because I'll tell you what, the Barclays Center, I've seen it, and I went to a game there
for the
Islanders. Yeah, hockey.
I heard
game.
it was terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not made for sports. Even basketball. I went to a basketball game there.
Yeah.
It's not. It's made for events and it's made for concerts. It's not made for sports. Because
I know, like they said, hockey wise,
I couldn't even
terrible.
see. I literally couldn't even. I had like giant rails in front of me, and I'm like, dude, like I paid like good money for these tickets.
Yeah.
I wasn't even up that high. I was very pissed. But like.
They have like just trucks on the side.
Legit. Like, and like the Coliseum is made like it's almost like a Lambo setup. It's like you could sit anywhere, and they've revamped it, so it's like modern now.
I haven't seen a hockey game at MSG.
I have. We saw. Me and Chris saw Caps, and
which is kind of shameful. I should have done
which
that
is awesome.
a long time.
MSG
which is awesome.
It's awesome. Like and we won.
Well, they renovated.
We were talking. It's ugly as fuck.
They renovated it though. Doesn't it look nice now?
No, it's like brown stone everywhere. It's disgusting, but it's MSG. Like it's MSG. Fucking awesome. It's cool. It's Madison Square Garden. That is a cool venue to see hockey. Probably better for basketball, but I mean, I don't know. For any venue, I'm just
saying like if you could, because where would you want to see a game? Like, oh shit, I just want to go here. Like,
I'd probably want to go to Gillette because I could kill so many birds with one stone. I could see Tom Brady. Yeah. I would make sure it's a good game against Tom Brady so I could see another.
I want to see a game in Nashville, a hockey game. I love
Predators?
Nashville. Yeah. Because they are live. Like,
yeah, they're good.
You don't even, like, it's crazy how good of a hockey town they are now.
Yeah.
It's so like, it makes me just all swell up with
Actually,
joy.
you know what? What about, I would like to
Southerners.
see one in Philly or Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I haven't been to PCG.
Just not for the arena. I could give a shit about the arena, just so I could like.
Yeah, and I'm chill when I go to sports games. Now I still get into it. Don't get me wrong, but I'll still hold my nuts at it. At a Philly fan.
100%.
You know,
100%.
I don't care.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's. I think we'll wrap it up here. Maybe we'll talk about more sport. We'll think about it. I don't know if I left any like experiences out, and we'll always add to it.
Yeah, you gave me a heads up. We were talking about sports, but I didn't. Seeing the live stuff definitely brings a lot of good memories. So, you've been to Lambeau what?
Like
3 times?
4 times.
Yeah, you went in the winter. I got to experience. I got to experience that.
I'll talk about that for a second. That game, because Lambeau is Lambeau. Like I said, you can go. It doesn't matter if it's snowing, but if it's snowing, like they got like 4 feet of snow when we went. When me, Justin, Cass, and
I remember the live videos you had. They were sick.
Like,
they were sick.
Legit frozen. Legit, like it was like 5 degrees outside, or like it was insane that we played the Seahawks. Russell Wilson threw 5 interceptions, eating fucking cheese curds, going to Brett Favre's Steakhouse.
Did you open a beer on a snaggletooth?
No, I didn't open a beer on a snaggletooth, but everybody was bundled up.
Sorry, Wisconsin. I love you guys are great.
You really couldn't see anything.
Homely women. Anyway.
No, but it was fucking. Like that was cool.
Yeah,
like, all the snow.
That looked awesome. Dude.
That was cool.
That looked awesome. I got to go up there.
I've never been to Lambeau when we lost, except last year when me and Corinne went. Mind you, we bought our tickets before the season started, and this is when Rodgers was injured,
right.
and we saw fucking.
Who they play?
They played the Lions.
Oh,
and what's his name? What's his name? The backup. Why can't I think of his name?
The one, I don't know.
Anyway, I forget his name, but he fucking sucked, and we had really good seats. And
Deshaun Kaiser?
No,
wasn't him?
Before we got Kaiser.
Oh,
anyway, we fucking lost. Aaron Rodgers didn't play, but whatever. That was the only time I've ever been to a Packers game, and we lost. And that fucking blew because you drive 16 hours and you lose. Mind you, it was a great trip because we were in Chicago. We traveled a little bit. We saw some.
That's
things.
why I was pissed when we lost the Packers.
We went to Kid Cudi, yeah.
And I was seriously, that was the closest I've probably ever been to actually like throwing hands at a sports event. And it was ironic because the whole time everybody was so awesome and nice, and then he was just poking me and I was just being a little asshole.
I know, but I think
I was just like
he was a fucking asshole.
Yeah. But that game pissed me off, dude.
Yeah.
The whole line got like moved around. One fumble from Santana. We needed to win that game because back then, again, that's when I was a diehard. So
you know what? I forgot. Remember when the Pack had to play the Redskins a couple years ago in the wild card?
Yeah.
I went to that game.
Oh, did you?
That game was awesome.
Yeah.
The Packers won.
Yeah.
I forgot that I did that. Yeah. That was like on a whim too, because it was like you know how like right before the playoffs, like if this team wins and this team loses, and then like free fucking cartwheels happens, like that's who you play. It was like last minute, and I was like,
the game. Okay, so remember we were talking about the game in 2004, the Halloween game. It was me, you, Nick, Justin, and we had really good seats, lower bowl.
Yeah,
that was a fun ass game. Like that was crazy how they did.
That was a good game.
They did my man Portis dirty with that phantom illegal motion bullshit. We should have won, but that was as far as just having fun
that
with
was
your
Nick's guy. Like
as long as we had so much fun. Like that was like real memorable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying from earlier. Like when you have,
we were young too, so like
we were fucking stupid.
We were fucking around.
Yeah, we did some terrible things after that game.
Just boys will be boys. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Anyway.
We were assholes, but no, that was like when you go and you can experience those things by yourself. That's cool, but when you can do it with like your childhood friends that you talk about those things in the fucking cafeteria and like middle school and elementary school, and then you can go do it. It's totally different.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been fortunate, and we're still,
still got a ton of shit to do.
We still young and healthy. We can go see all kinds of shit.
Yeah, no.
So
we got to go to Gillette.
Just being able to see the human body perform at a certain level is it's so fucking badass.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Especially when like I could never do that shit.
Yeah, and then to see the all time greats that it's just gotta appreciate it. So again, my pops, man, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Chris for sure.
Like all those experiences wouldn't even have been had if it wasn't for my dad being such a cool dude that knows like just where my passions lie or whatever.
Yeah.
So
good.
All right, man.
Good luck on coming through, and
yeah,
I'll find you at Rock Digital. I'll throw that up somewhere down there, and
in that general vicinity.
Yeah. No, but maybe we'll talk about sports again, or if we have another experience.
If anybody, all right. So since we're talking about sports games, if anybody's watching this, wants to plan to try to go to some games, has any ideas, just wants to hang with us and try to figure out a time to go to a game with us, or just figure out a time to see what's good. I'd love to be able to go experience things with more people, get a whole group of people, and just have a good time. So I'm always about trying to see new places and stuff too. So
hell yeah,
it's good to see you again.
Good luck.
Fucks with that jacket. That jacket is sick.
If you want the jackets, I'll put the links in the. No, we don't have an Etsy page or thing, but we can make them if you want them. They're tough.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, that's another episode of E4 Explicit Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.